Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 20 of my favorite 30 progressive rock albums of the 70s. This is the countdown we're doing all month long here in June 2023. 30 days in the month, 30 of my favorite progressive rock albums of all time. Yeah, tough assignment, right? So many great prog albums released in the 70s. That was the decade for prog, classic prog. Tala agrees. She's sitting right here staring me right in the face saying, Daddy, let's get on with this pick, please, and let me out of this office, right? Yeah, because that's the way she rolls. Anyway, this particular pick today, number 20, is the fourth studio album from this British band. Gee, a lot of British bands, Pete. That's correct. Released December 7th, 1973. Recorded at Vision Studios in London, England, as well as Olympic Studios, also in London. Produced by Greg Lake for Manticore Records. Of course, I'm talking about welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. Brain Salad Surgery. Right, of course, from the great Carnival 9. What a fantastic album. My favorite ELP album, at least of late. Right, maybe not of late, probably for a while. My favorite ELP album, as I kind of talked about earlier, when we mentioned the first album a couple days back. My top three ELP albums generally kind of flip-flop between three of them. But this particular one has been my favorite for a number of years. Of course, Greg Lake on vocals and bass guitar and electric guitar and what else? Anything else? Production, obviously. Carl Palmer on drums, percussion, and electronic percussion things. Keith Emerson on Hammond organ, piano, harpsichord, clavinet, Moog, all different kinds of Moogs and whatnot. You know, all sorts of keyboards. The guy was the master. And of course, Mr. Pete Sinfeld, right? Who I helped out with some of the lyrics for a couple tracks as well. Right. So what do you got on this album? Well, of course, it starts off with the Grand Majestic Jerusalem, which is just awesome song. Really brief, though, not even 3 minutes long. That moves into the crazy interpretation of Toccata, right? The fourth movement. It's basically an adaptation of Ginastera's first piano concerto, fourth movement, right? But arranged by ELP. Toccata is just amazing. And, you know, the busy drumming, the steadfast bass, and that just acrobatic keyboard work from Mr. Emerson, just crazy. Then, of course, the great little kind of almost psychedelic pop ditty from Greg Lake, Still You Turn Me On, right, with this majestic acoustic guitars and, you know, great song. Love the vocal melodies on it. It's just a terrific track. And again, just under 3 minutes long. I always, for some reason, thought that was a little bit longer, but yeah, it's pretty brief, right? And of course, that goes into the equally brief and kind of silly Benny the Bouncer. I've long talked about how on most of my favorite ELP albums, there generally is one little kind of like quirky, jokey, fun track, which I almost wish we didn't have and we got something else, right? Benny the Bouncer, for what it is, I guess it's okay, but I'm not an enormous fan. And then, of course, you get Carnival 9, First Impression Part 1, First Impression Part 2, and then Second Impression and Third Impression, right? And that makes up roughly the whole rest of the album, right? So I think roughly about 29 minutes long, about half hour's worth, right? So, and Carnival 9, just one of the great prog epic compositions in the history of this style of music. Keith Emerson just going berserk during the entire thing. It's just so quirky, and so the way it's arranged is just so jaw-droppingly amazing. And, you know, two also, and again, they lifted a small part of this to make up a single, right, which did very, very well and still remains played on classic rock radio. But as a whole, the whole piece is just absolutely amazing. Some really cool electric guitar from Greg Lake in this song. You don't really hear a lot of him playing electric guitar in the music of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but kind of cool that it's in there. But yeah, to me, the star of this whole album is Keith Emerson. He's just, and Tala would agree, he's just incredible on this record. And I do want to mention, because the artwork is so amazing, that the artwork of Mr. H.R. Giger is just outstanding. Outstanding. I mean, got the reissue. There's Mr. Emerson right there. But yeah, it's just, what a cover art, right? It's just ominous and just creepy, and everything that H.R. Giger touched was creepy and ominous, and there you go, right? Yeah. Fantastic. I'll show everybody here, right, while we're at it. This is, of course, the reissue, the remaster, the remix, which came out a number of years ago. But yeah, it's a great album. It's to me, it's my favorite ELP album. And let's talk about some charting information. Why don't we? All right, so Australian albums chart, number 17. Austrian album chart, number 5. Canada, number 10. In Finland, this made it to number 26. In France, number 7. Germany, number 18. Sal in Italia, in Italy, made it to number 9. Japanese charts, 18. Norway, number 5. The UK album charts, number 2. It's the highest charting position amongst all the countries we're going to mention today. And US Billboard 200, number 11. As far as certifications go, this is certified gold in the UK, 100,000 copies sold, or units, as they like to say. And then in the United States, the last time it was certified, again, when that is, I have no idea, but certified gold, 500,000 units sold. And did I mention Germany before? I did not. Yeah, Germany. Yeah, it also charted in Germany. So, yeah, it's a classic, of course, and it makes my top 30. Has to. Brain Salad Surgery from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the original prog rock supergroup. Let us know what you think of this gem in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Pick number 20 as we march our way all the way through to number 1 at the end of the month. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we've got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page. So thank you all in advance for contributing there if you choose to. And what do we got coming up here on the channel? So in just a little while, we've got the latest installment of Ranking the Albums, and today it's a very fun show. I'm going to be talking about a very cool band that I love a lot called Sienna Root. They're from Sweden. I highly recommend you check out this episode because they are a really fun band. If you're someone who loves like late 60s and early 70s hard rock, psychedelic rock, heavy rock, that sort of thing, blues rock, they kind of do all that and more. They got 8 albums, all of which I think are worth your attention. And I'll be talking about all of them and ranking them in just a little while here on Ranking the Albums, so stay tuned for that. And coming up on the channel, we've got In the Prog Seat coming up on Tuesday, talking about our favorite albums from 1979. And of course, it is also UK Connection Week, so stay tuned for that. We are going to be doing our favorite and least favorite albums from Mr. Ozzy Osbourne and his long solo career. So that's coming up on Saturday. Of course, we've got Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff on Friday. And then we'll be back here next Sunday, a week from today, ranking the albums. A week from today, for another episode of Ranking the Albums, where I will be joined by Eric Porter and George Lamy as we will rank the short but really great discography of Planet X. So that's coming up a week from today. So we got Sienna Root today, Planet X next week. So lots happening here on the channel. In addition, you'll get other stuff during the week. I believe I'm also going to do another episode of underappreciated and overlooked live albums, as well as maybe another episode of the strong, great 6 album runs in rock and roll history. That should also be coming up this week as well. So lots to do, lots to bring to you, and lots for you guys to watch. So till then, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you real soon here on the channel. Have a good rest of the weekend, everybody, and stay tuned for Ranking the Albums. Bye-bye.